A recent survey reveals that 61% of parents worry AI tools could erode children's critical thinking skills. And I've seen this firsthand. During a work-from-home moment, my son mistook an ultra-realistic AI avatar for a real person. The line between human and machine is blurring faster than we imagine. Parents fear instant gratification may replace perseverance. Why wrestle with a math problem when AI can solve it instantly? Yet the joy of effort, the spark of discovery, risks being lost. Social implications loom large. As AI companions proliferate, relationships with peers, teachers, and mentors may fragment, becoming shallow or transactional. And here lies the paradox. Over-reliance on AI may stunt cognitive growth, but avoiding it could disadvantage kids in tomorrow's job market. AI isn't a villain, it's an inevitable force, much like electricity or the internet. The challenge is adaptation. So how do we prepare our children, not to compete with AI, but to collaborate with it? Encourage them to question AI outputs. Ask why, probe biases, and fact-check together. Use AI as a springboard for deeper inquiry. Expose children to unassisted creation, painting, music, storytelling. Then integrate AI as inspiration, not replacement. Imagine kids crafting superhero tales where they heroically navigate future challenges. Counter AI's isolating effects with tech-free zones. Model empathy, face-to-face play, and balanced tech use. Show them the difference between digital personas and real human bonds. Introduce age-appropriate AI tools early, but supervised. Start with fun, exploratory uses to demystify the tech and spark innovation, rather than outsourcing homework. Talk about AI's societal role, fairness, privacy, environmental impact. Help kids see technology not just as power, but as responsibility. The AI future is unpredictable, but parents hold the power to shape it by investing in timeless human qualities like resilience, imagination, and empathy. My hope is that my son's generation will cherish human-made art and connections while leveraging AI for empowerment. They can emerge as agile, inventive superheroes, ready for horizons we cannot yet see. AI is here to stay. Let's raise children who are not afraid of it, but who humanize it.
All right, let's dive into it. Today, we're tackling a huge question, one that's probably on the mind of every parent out there. How in the world do we prepare our kids for this new age of artificial intelligence?
You know, this whole thing can really hit you in a moment that's, well, both incredibly simple and super complex. The other day, I was working from home, right? And my son points to my screen. There's this ultra-realistic AI avatar talking. And he just looks at me, completely serious, and asks, "Dad, is that a real person?"
And boom. That one little question, it just perfectly captures this new reality we're all trying to figure out. For our kids, that line between what's real and what's a simulation, it's blurring and it's blurring fast. And look, if that makes you feel a little uneasy, you are definitely not alone.
And this isn't just my story, right? That feeling, you know, the one, that little knot in your stomach when you start thinking about AI and your kids, that is a totally widespread thing. It's a collective experience. It's an anxiety that parents everywhere are feeling right now. And we've actually got the numbers to prove it. Get this, 61% of parents feel the exact same way. They're worried these incredibly powerful tools might actually water down the critical thinking skills we worked so hard to build up. So yeah, this isn't some niche fear. It's a defining parental concern for our generation. So let's actually unpack that fear a bit. It feels like we're caught in this real tension. On one hand, you've got all the human skills we want our kids to have, right? Things like perseverance, grit, deep thinking, real, messy human connection. And then on the other hand, you have the risks that come with AI. Instant gratification instead of grit, cognitive offloading, basically letting the machine do the heavy lifting for our brains. And maybe the scariest one, simulated relationships feeling easier than the real thing.
And this right here, this is what we're calling the parental dilemma. It's like this giant developmental tug of war.
If we lean too hard into AI, are we going to stunt their cognitive growth? But if we just ban it completely, are we sending them out into the future totally unprepared? There's just no simple, easy answer here. Okay, so what do we do? Where do we go from here? I think it's time we shift our whole mindset. We gotta move from a place of fear to a place of strategy. We need a whole new perspective on this.
And here it is. Here's the reframe. AI isn't the bad guy in the movie that we have to defeat. Think of it more like a force of nature, a fundamental shift, kind of like when electricity was invented or the internet. And if you look at history, we don't run from these massive waves of change. We learn how to adapt. We learn to navigate them.
I love this quote because it just says it all, doesn't it? Our job isn't to build a wall to protect our kids from the wave. Our job is to give them a surfboard and teach them how to ride it with skill, with confidence, and with a little bit of wisdom.
All right, so let's get practical. Let's talk about a human-first toolkit. I'm talking 4 really powerful habits you can start building, like tonight, to give your kids that irreplaceable human edge in this crazy new world.
Okay, here they are, the 4 big ones. Number 1, teach them to be the boss of the bot. Number 2, prioritize human creativity. Number 3, intentionally build those real face-to-face connections. And number 4, demystify the tech by just playing with it, experimenting with it together. See? All of these are about doubling down on what makes us uniquely human.
So what does this actually look like in real life? Well, for that boss of the bot thing, teach your kid to treat AI like a new intern. You know, it's helpful, it's super fast, but it makes mistakes and it needs a lot of direction. Make them fact-check its answers. For creativity, have them draw a monster by hand first and then use AI to come up with a funny backstory for it. For connection, this one's huge. Make the dinner table a sacred, screen-free zone. No excuses. And for experimenting, just have fun with it. Sit down and co-create some ridiculous AI story where your dog is the main character. The whole point, every single time, is to turn AI from being just a shortcut into a springboard for something more.
And you know, when we start putting these habits into practice, something really cool happens. We stop just managing a problem and we start doing something way more inspiring. We're not just raising kids, we're raising tomorrow's superheroes, the architects and the artists, the generation that is literally going to shape our future with this technology.
So really, what's the ultimate strategy? It's to invest our time and energy in the places where algorithms just can't compete. We need to be nurturing resilience, imagination, that ethical courage, and deep, deep compassion. I mean, these are the timeless human skills. These will always be our children's greatest strength, no matter what.
And if you take away only one thing from this, let it be this. AI is an incredibly powerful tool, but it will never, ever be a parent. AI won't raise our children. We will.
So, I want to leave you with a question to think about. Of all these irreplaceable human skills, resilience, empathy, creativity, what's the one skill you're going to intentionally focus on nurturing in your child this week? Because that, right there, that's where the real work begins.